whenever the cops gun down an innocent black man, they always say the same things. Well, it's not most cops. It's just a few bad apples. Bad apple. That's a lovely name for murderer. I know it's hard being a cop, but some jobs can't have bad apples. Okay? Some jobs, everybody gotta be good. American Airlines can't be like, you know, most of our pilots like to land. We just got a few bad apples that like to crash in the mountains.
At Lafayette Park across from the White House, peaceful until this. Law enforcement in riot gear approach a barrier. Protesters on the other side, hands up in the air, chanting, "Don't shoot." But that's exactly what they did, shooting tear gas and rubber bullets. These horrifying sounds heard in the White House Rose Garden, where the president starts to speak.
I'm a president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters.
The real-time split screen tells a different story. Peaceful protesters forcibly moved. A photojournalist hit with the police shield while trying to report and capture the scene. The reason peaceful protesters were forcibly moved became more clear: to make way for the president to stage a photo op. Historic St. John's Church, where presidents have prayed since James Madison. But this president did not come to pray. A fire damaged part of it the night before, a useful backdrop.
We have a great country.
He didn't use many words, but they weren't necessary. The image, holding up a Bible in front of that church, was what he wanted to convey.
He is a manifestation of all the problems we're dealing with right now. He won't admit the truth. He won't acknowledge the pain that is on these streets. He ducks accountability for the lack of change, and he blames the victim. He has a history of being attached to discrimination, housing, the Central Park Five, birtherism. This is who he is, and this is not what we need in city after city after city. We're seeing things that we don't want to see, but we're not dealing with why they're happening.
We are witnessing a failure of presidential leadership at a time when this country, when we, the people, need it more than ever. What the president doesn't seem to know or care is that the vast majority of those protesting, they too are calling for law and order. A black man killed with 4 officers holding him down, a knee to the neck, for more than 8 minutes. That's not law and order. That's murder. Stopping and frisking a young black man simply because he's a young black man, that's not law and order. The president seems to think that dominating black people, dominating peaceful protesters is law and order. It's not. He calls them thugs. Who is the thug here? Hiding in a bunker? Hiding behind a suit? Who is the thug? People have waited for days for this wannabe wartime president to say something. And this is what he says, and that is what he does. People protesting deserve answers, and they haven't gotten them. No matter how many black men have been murdered, lynched, imprisoned, mistreated, redlined, blackballed from jobs, we all know it. People protesting in the streets, they know it, and they're tired of it. And we should be too.
Hear me, but we have police now advancing on protesters. Oh my gosh, we're moving.
Oh.
We're moving.
Okay. You're good. Go this way.
Let's go. Severe tear gas and fireworks being deployed by Seattle police. We're retreating on what is a baseball. Guys, we need to move.
This is police. Oh my God. It's police brutality.
Stop a car with a pregnant woman in it! With fucking tear gas!
So the city of Chicago shut down all public transportation from 47th to Belmont, and the police blocked every southbound entrance on the north side. So I walked 6 miles downtown to protest on Monday, only to find out that the protest was on the north side. All of this wood and all the businesses boarded up is the aftermath of the small group of looters that destroyed a lot of the storefronts. They were not a part of the peaceful protest.
How you doing? How you doing?
Right here in this neighborhood, so I see a lot of uptown people up here. And I'm so proud of y'all. And I'm so proud of y'all to stand up. I feel good now. I don't feel scary, like, well, you know, I don't want to parse that. I'm just gonna sit back and that's a damn shame.
Thank you.
But I'm not gonna sit on my ass and nothing. Because I'm standing up and I'm taking the courage to stand up, like all of you have taken the courage to stand up, and we need to hold these officers accountable for that bullshit, because you cannot and keep standing up, and don't let just today just be the day that you stand up. You keep standing up until change is made.
I've seen a lot of you tweeting about how your white friends have disappointed you. Why lose your friends in the first place? Put it together. from 3 retired officers who are also black, who also describe the racism that they went through. Them being profiled, them being stopped, them being passed over for promotions. We're going to change it with the police. Now, with everything else that we're going through, how much money do we spend when we go to the store? We have control with our money. And protesting, but we need a direction on what we need to change, and that's just a little idea that I done came up with, being cooped up since March 20th. They spoke from the heart. One of them is actually writing out everything he can from his perspective to turn in, because he thought it was a good idea as a way to making change. But with everything else, check where we spend our money. Spend our money with our businesses. We are really in the midst of a pandemic that is taking the majority of black and brown people all across this country. It is not a joke. We are not immune. So please, I know I'm taking a risk, but I needed to do this. So all of you, be careful out here. Your knee on his neck. Him screaming, "Mama, please, what did I do? Help me, help me, help me, Mama." And then after he was dead, you still had it there.
There's 3 of them!
Shit. You want to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer and all these people who are psychopaths? That's you. That's the police. I went through this myself. I got misdemeanors. The police lied on me. I never resisted arrest. What's important is that we use who we are and we make this work. We don't have to live in a world that's like this. It's too many of us that know right from wrong. Yes. We can't let this stop here. We can't let this shit happen again. We have to use our influence. Don't be discouraged. Don't think that you can't be something because of how you look. That's crazy. If you see people that are doing wrong shit, speak up. Why you got a voice? This is what... This is what democracy looks like! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Black lives matter! 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 George Floyd! Say his name! 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 Say his name! George Floyd! Say his name! George Floyd! Say his name! George Floyd! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! BBD! KKK! How many kids have you killed today? No KKK, no madness, USA! How many kids have you killed today? Let's go! Hey, hey!
What the fuck? What was that? What was that?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
You can't hurt somebody and tell them how to heal. You can't. Once you hurt somebody, how they heal is up to them.
You've been reluctant to comment on the words and actions of the U.S. president, but we do have Donald Trump
now calling for military action against protesters. We saw protesters tear gas yesterday to make way for a presidential photo op. I'd like to ask you what you think about that. And if you don't want to comment, what message do you think you're sending?
We all watch in horror and consternation what's going on in the United States. It is a time to pull people together, but it is a time to listen. It is a time to learn what injustices continue despite progress over years and decades. But it is a time for us as Canadians to recognize that we too have our challenges, that Black Canadians and racialized Canadians face discrimination as a lived reality every single day. There is systemic discrimination in Canada, which means our systems treat Canadians of color, Canadians who are racialized, differently than they do others. It is something that many of us don't see, but it is something that is a lived reality for racialized Canadians. We need to see that, not just as a government and take action, but we need to see that as Canadians. We need to be allies in the fight against discrimination. We need to listen, we need to learn, and we need to work hard to figure out how we can be part of the solution on fixing things. This government has done a number of things over the past years, but there is lots more to do, and we will continue to do that because we see you, we see the discrimination that racialized Canadians live every single day.